Good morning. Thank you for joining us this afternoon. It's good morning and good afternoon, depending on where you're at. Good to see some plainly familiar faces. A new one. Ahmad, it's been a long time since we saw you.
Good morning.
Good morning. Mm.
Morning.
Hola,
Morning.
We will wait just like a couple of more minutes so people keep joining and then we will start shortly. Think we're good to start. So, good afternoon, and thank you so much for joining in this ACE Barranquilla informative webinar. My name is Cristina Solis, and on behalf of the Organization of American States and all my colleagues, it's my pleasure to welcome you and thank you for joining us today. This webinar is hosted in partnership with the City of Barranquilla, Pro Barranquilla, the United States Department of State through the Permanent Mission to the OAS, and the United States Economic Development Administration. Today, we will provide an overview about the program, also introduce specifically what we're going to see in ACE Barranquilla. They're going to talk us about the key sectors, experiences, and also we will guide you through the application process, some logistical arrangements, and we will have a Q&A session. So before we begin, I would like to share some brief housekeeping. The webinar is being recorded. Participants are welcome to submit any questions on the chat, and we will review them by the end of the presentation. So make sure that you stay until the end. And I am honored, not only me, but like the entire organization, it's honored to be joined by representatives from the institutions that are actually making ACE Barranquilla possible. We will start with a video of the Honorable Mayor Alejandro Char. He will give us a brief message. Also, one of our key speakers will be Ana Maria Badel, Director of the Office of International Relations. We also have the Executive Director of Pro Barranquilla, Vicky Osorio. From the OAS perspective, we have the Barbara Koshwar, Director of the Department of Economic Development, and Cesar Parga, Chief of Competitiveness, Innovations, and Science and Technology. And last but not least, we will have Maria Alejandra Enriquez, Inward FDI Promotion Manager in Pro Barranquilla. So to start, it's my pleasure to invite you to watch the welcome message from the Mayor of Barranquilla. Juanse, if you could please present the video.
Hello, everyone. My name is Alejandro Char, and I am the mayor of Barranquilla, Colombia. Welcome, everyone, to the 24th edition of America's OAS Competitiveness Exchange. Esta ciudad lo recibe con mucho amor, con mucho cariño. Esta ciudad estratégica por muchas cosas. Su ubicación rodeada de agua, donde el río se encuentra con el mar, donde la gente y su cultura respaldan diariamente lo poderosa y lo grande que es esta ciudad. Lo recibe con mucho amor, con mucho cariño, para que podamos entre todos intercambiar conocimientos, mejorar nuestra competitividad y avanzar en los desarrollos de nuestros pueblos. Barranquilla se ha convertido en una ciudad estratégica para la inversión extranjera. Los colegios públicos con inteligencia artificial, con bilingüismo, con desarrollo de software, la asistencia permanente de nuestra gente al desarrollo de las comunidades, hacen de esto un cóctel perfecto para que la competitividad de Barranquilla siga agrandando, siga mejorando a través de este foro y podamos intercambiar con ustedes todas estas victorias de Barranquilla. Bienvenidos todos a Barranquilla, la ciudad de Colombia que está a otro nivel.
That's a natural type of energy.
Thank you, Juanse. And now it's my pleasure, and I would like to invite Ana Maria Badel, Director of the Office of International Relations of the City of Barranquilla, to deliver some opening remarks. The floor is yours, Ana Maria. Ana Maria, can you hear me? Okay.
Hi, do you hear me?
Yes, perfect.
Yes. Bueno, buenos días a todos. It's really a true pleasure to invite you to join us at the ACE Barranquilla. It is a unique opportunity to experience how collaboration, innovation, and a shared long-term vision can really transform a city and create lasting opportunities for sustainable growth across the Americas. Throughout the week, you will have the opportunity to explore Barranquilla's vibrant ecosystem and meet the peoples, the institutions, businesses, partners that have shaped what we consider one of Latin America's most remarkable urban transformation stories. You will be able to see firsthand how strategic public-private partnerships and sustained investments in talent, innovation, infrastructure, logistics, energy, sports, and the creative economy have strengthened our competitiveness and positioned Barranquilla as a gateway to opportunity for the region. But I think ACE Barranquilla is about much more than sharing our story. It is about building enduring partnerships. We want this program to serve as a platform for dialogue, for exchange of ideas, and for meaningful collaboration among leaders across the Americas. Our hope is that you will leave with fresh perspectives, valuable connections, concrete opportunities to work together on initiatives that will create prosperity for our region. I am confident that this will be an unforgettable edition of ACE. It will be filled with valuable insight, inspiring conversations, most important, meaningful relationships, and I hope a few memorable experiences or surprises along the way. Barranquilla is a city that believes in openness, believes in innovation, and believes in collaboration. We are very, really proud to welcome you, and we are equally eager to learn from you, from your experiences and your perspectives. Thank you very much for considering this opportunity. We look forward to welcoming you in Barranquilla and to working together to build a stronger and more prosperous future for the Americas. Thank you very much for giving us this space. Our mayor sends you all the how do you say, all the message he just started with. He's expecting all of you in Barranquilla. He will be welcoming you with open arms, and we're really, really happy to have you in Barranquilla at the end of September. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Ana Maria. Please know it's my pleasure to invite Barbara Kochwar, Director of the Department of Economic Development at the Organization of American States. Director Kochwar, the floor is yours.
Thank you so much, Christina. And I'm really sorry, but my camera just stopped working. So if you could see me, you'd see how excited I am, but hopefully I'll be able to transmit that just by voice. I want to welcome everybody on behalf of the OAS Executive Secretariat for Integral Development, or SETI as we are known. We're super excited about this edition of ACE. We want to show our appreciation to the leadership and team from the city of Barranquilla for the amazing agenda and the preparations for ACE. I think those came across in the video and in Ana Maria's remarks. And so we're super excited to hear more about that. But first, I want to thank also the permanent mission of the United States to the OAS and recognize the financial and technical support provided and the great collaboration by the government of the United States, which makes this ACE program possible. That's the Department of State through the permanent mission of the United States to the OAS, as well as the U.S. Department of Commerce, Economic Development and Administration, the EDA, without whom this would not be possible. As you all know, the ACE is a results-driven program which is designed to advance innovation, entrepreneurship, and international collaboration. All of these are essential elements for national and regional competitiveness, and they are the three fundamental pillars for productivity, for job creation, and prosperity. And all of our ACE participants are part of that endeavor. For us at the OAS, the ACE program is a platform to accelerate cooperation and replication, as well as customization of solutions for economic development across the region. As you all know, our next ACE will take place in Barranquilla from September 28th to October 1st. And there in Barranquilla, as Ana Maria just told us, the participants will be able to identify business partners, unlock new markets, start research ventures, soft landing opportunities, technical exchanges, among other outcomes, with our hosts as well as your fellow participants. Today, the team will be sharing some of the highlights and main economic sectors that will be the focus of ACE, and we're all really excited to see that. They're going to showcase opportunities to engage with leaders in governmental institutions, in research centers, in technology parks, universities, leading industries, and businesses from Barranquilla. Now, these serve as opportunities to connect, but they're also opportunities to learn from the success stories and understand the challenges that our ACE participants face. Most importantly, the conversations and these networking opportunities always lead to the creation of new strategic partners, new businesses, new investment and trade opportunities. And so we're so excited to see what comes out of this edition of ACE. I agree with Ana Maria that this ACE will be unforgettable. The OAS and our team stands ready to support you, maximizing opportunities in ACE, answering any questions. And so I will hand it over to Christina to continue the conversation. So really, really excited. And thank you all for joining this webinar.
Thank you, Director. Please, now it's my pleasure to introduce you to Cesar Parga, Chief Section of the OES. Cesar, the floor is yours.
Thank you very much, and good morning, everyone. Good afternoon. We're happy to have some previous ACE participants, and we also welcome those of you who are learning about ACE for the first time. So I will very quickly try to answer this question that it's in the slide, that what is ACE. And as you have heard, ACE is a unique program because it brings together collaboration from so many partners, but also ACE, as America's Competitiveness Exchange, has become one of the leading cooperation programs in the Western Hemisphere to advance innovation, entrepreneurship, and economic development. ACE brings together senior officials from governments, private sector, directors of innovation, entrepreneurs, universities, leaders of economic development organizations, and other decision makers who are shaping the future of their communities and their institutions. ACE is not a conference, it's not a tour, it's an intensive and remarkable word here that it's important to keep in mind, and a results-oriented program, as our director was explaining. ACE takes participants directly into the places like Barranquilla. This would be our 24th edition. You can see the map where ACE has been traveling around the region. But the important thing is that we go to the places where innovation and economic transformation is happening. Delegates who become part of the delegation will be able to visit companies, research centers, universities, ports, technology parks, entrepreneurial organizations, and other initiatives. They would be able to meet leaders who are responsible for developing these projects, learn how they work, identify ideas on how can be adapted, replicated, and expanded across the Americas. The value of ACE comes from this combination of practical learning, direct access, and relationship building. It's equally relevant for public sector leaders because you'll see how other jurisdictions attract investment, support entrepreneurs, strengthen competitiveness, and build effective partnerships with business and academia. For private sector leaders, you'll be able to access new markets, potential partners, decision makers from governments, investors, and innovation. For entrepreneurs or directors of innovation, you'll be able to open doors, meet collaborators, have access to knowledge exchange, join projects, and new connections with industry. The program responds to clear needs in the Americas. Our countries and territories have tremendous assets, talent, knowledge, entrepreneurial capacity, but these resources are not always sufficiently connected. ACE helps connect the dots. That's why it's an important program for the OAS and counts on the support with the government of the United States. Over time, ACE has become a flagship mechanism and a permanent network for cooperation. The commitments that participants made, just like happened in the recent ACE in Memphis, demonstrate what makes ACE different. ACE turns conversation into measurable benefits and collaboration between institutions and their leaders. We have the opportunity in ACE Barranquilla for another exceptional ACE. Barranquilla and the Department of Atlántico offer a dynamic and internationally connected ecosystem. We want to thank the team in Barranquilla, the Alcaldía, and Por Barranquilla, and all the other partners, as well as the Permanent Mission of Colombia to the OAS. We would like then to give the floor to Vicky Osorio, the Executive Director of Pro Barranquilla, to continue the presentation. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Cesar, and good morning to everyone, or as Cristina said, afternoon, depending on where you are at. I'm Vicky Osorio, the Executive Director for Pro Barranquilla, which is Barranquilla's investment promotion agency. It is a real pleasure to welcome you and to see familiar faces and so many colleagues from across the Americas joining us today. Before we begin, I would like to express our sincere gratitude to the program for selecting Barranquilla as the host city for this edition of the ACE. It is both an honor and a great responsibility for us. I would also like to thank the Mayor's Office of Barranquilla. We were mentioning how one of our great assets is the public-private partnership, and this is an evidence of it. The unconditional commitment and partnership of the Mayor's Office and their vision and continued support have been instrumental in making this program possible. For Pro Barranquilla, hosting this edition is especially meaningful since Maria Alejandra, who will be speaking to us later on after me, went to the first program. She was determined to bring the program to Barranquilla, and it became a reality after participating in, I believe, at least 4 ACE programs in the past. So, and I personally attend one of them. So that experience confirmed something that is very difficult to appreciate until you are actually there, and is that ACE is much more than a program. It's a space where long-term professional relations are built, where ideas are exchanged openly, and where many collaborations begin. And that perspective, it has shaped the way we are preparing this edition. Our goal is not only to showcase the great Barranquilla, which we hope you fall in love with it, but also to create an experience that is valuable for every participant. We want you to have meaningful conversations with local leaders, institutions, companies, and fellow economic development professionals, while also living with practical ideas, new connections, and experiences that you can take back to your own communities. We are truly excited about the opportunity to welcome you to Barranquilla, and we hope you will join us for what promises to be a very, very enriching week. Thank you, and I will hand it over to Maria Alejandra, which is our inward foreign direct investment promotion manager. And over the next few minutes, she will walk you through the program, the agenda, the logistics, so you can take a better sense of everything we're preparing. Thank you.
Well, good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining us today. As Vicky mentioned, we're very, very excited to bring this 24th edition of ACE to Barranquilla. And for those of us who love and know this city, it's very difficult to capture in few words what makes it so special. So today, I hope to share a glimpse of what this spirit is all about and inspire you to experience Barranquilla firsthand during this edition. And I'd like you to think about something. When you hear Barranquilla, what comes to mind? For many people, this answer is the carnival. Others know it because of Shakira, maybe Sofia Vergara from Modern Family, but I assure you Barranquilla is much more. Over the last 20 years, something remarkable has happened here. Barranquilla has quietly become one of Latin America's most interesting stories of economic transformation and an interesting hub for business, trade, and investment. This is a city that is known as the Golden Gateway of Colombia because of its port, but it has become much more. It is a place where infrastructure, innovation, investment, culture, and talent all come together. And that is exactly what we want to showcase in this edition. But what makes Barranquilla different? So it could be very easy to point out some numbers, infrastructure, some projects, but none of that explains what really transformed Barranquilla. And to understand that, you must understand the decision that changed it all. So Barranquilla had a turning point And it wasn't to discover new resources or a major investment, but it was a change of mindset. This city decided it would no longer wait for the national government to solve its challenges and define its future. Instead, it took ownership and its future in its own hands. Local government, businesses, universities, citizens aligned behind this shared vision, one that built long-term planning, collaboration, and execution. And that decision changed everything. 20 years later, Barranquilla has become a benchmark for urban transformation, competitiveness, and economic development across the Americas. And there's one more ingredient about this transformation, and I say it's Barranquilla's DNA. For centuries, Barranquilla has been a city that has been shaped by people arriving from different parts of the world. The Caribbean, Europe, the Middle East, many other cultures blended here in Barranquilla, creating a community that is naturally open to new ideas, new businesses, and new partnerships. And that openness became one of the city's greatest competitive advantages. Barranquilla culture and economic development are not separate, they reinforce one another. The carnival is much more than just a celebration. It's a reflection of the creativity, the resilience, the entrepreneurial spirit that continues to shape the city's economy. From tourism to creative industries to the way the city presents itself to the world. Barranquilla understood many years ago that infrastructure can be built in a few years, but a city's culture takes generations, and its transformation succeeded because it was built on both. And that is exactly what makes Barranquilla such an interesting host for this next edition of ACE, and the first in Colombia as well. The real value not only lies in seeing the results, but in understanding the partnerships, the process, the leaderships, all the collaboration that made it possible, and also exploring new opportunities we continue to create as a city. So why join this ACE in Barranquilla? Throughout 1 week, you will have the opportunity not only to attend to conference sessions, but you will experience firsthand Barranquilla from the inside. You will meet the people behind all this transformation. You will explore the projects that have reshaped the city. You will discover how collaboration between business, government, academia is creating new opportunities for investment, innovation, and growth. And just as important, you will connect with professionals across the Americas who are facing similar challenges, similar stories. We can have the opportunity to exchange best practices, sharing ideas, building relationships. And I want you to think that every conversation that you will have here in Barranquilla has the potential to become a partnership. Every visit that we have planned for this edition offers a lesson that participants can take back to their communities. Every city has a great story, and this year we want to tell and share our own. So how are we going to plan to tell this story over 5 days? So we've organized a program around 5 key elements that explains Barranquilla's transformation in all that have happened in these past 2 decades. In the first day, we are focusing on smart infrastructure and strategic investments. So this is going back to where everything started, with leadership, long-term vision, the ability to turn ideas into actions. Here we want to explore how Barranquilla has leveraged its strategic investments and innovative approaches to infrastructure to strengthen its competitiveness and improve the quality of life. And one great example that we're going to visit is the Gran Malecón riverfront, that it was once disconnected from the city. So Barranquilla has the main river that connects Colombia, the inner part of Colombia, to the Caribbean Sea. So that's the Magdalena River. And we created a waterfront that it has become really a catalyst for economic development, investment, tourism, public life. This is a like 5-kilometer riverfront project that really shares like the transformation of the city. This is a project that is an infrastructure project, but it has a deeper meaning than just the riverfront. It was designed with a clear vision, connected to the citizens, to create new opportunities of business for tourism, and it has become mainly a platform for opportunity. So in the first day, we're going to see similar projects, but I just wanted to mention the Gran Malecón. On the second day, we are focusing in innovation, but not only as like a buzzword like innovation, but a practical strategy for creating better jobs, stronger companies, new opportunities through technology, research, entrepreneurship. So this is Barranquilla's next chapter in the second day. It's about building on our industrial legacy while preparing the industries of the future. So we are bringing together companies, universities, startups, talent to develop solutions, strengthen capacities, and create an ecosystem where innovation can become a driver of economic growth. Here we will explore areas like advanced manufacturing, artificial intelligence, digital talent, applied research, and how this is opening new opportunities for collaboration and investment in Barranquilla. Because the future of the competitiveness will not only depend on infrastructure or location, it will depend on the ability to develop talent that can adapt very quickly and turn knowledge into real solutions. On the third day, we're concentrating in industrial value chains, nearshoring, and trade integration. Here we want to explore or showcase Barranquilla, how it's positioning itself as one of the biggest shifts in the global economy to move toward more resilient and diversified supply chains. Here, the strategic location, industrial capabilities, connectivity, and our business ecosystem is becoming a platform for companies that are looking to establish, to scale, to integrate operations in the region. And this has tangible results. Over the last 5 years, Pro Barranquilla has supported around 140 companies through new investments and expansion projects, contributed to more than $2 billion in investment, private investment, and the creation of more than 14,000 direct jobs in the city. These results reflect Barranquilla's growing role as a hub for nearshoring, trade, and economic opportunities across the Americas. Now we are moving to day 4. Here we're going to talk about energy competitiveness, because energy is becoming one of the defining industries of Colombia and I believe in the region. Here we want to explore how the city and the region is leveraging all its energy assets to strengthen competitiveness, attract investments, and support the industries of the future, and of course, all the ecosystem that we already have. We have about 2,000 companies across the energy value chain. We have direct access to offshore natural gas operations. We have the presence of Colombia's largest thermal power plant here in Barranquilla. And we believe we have strong foundations for energy security and economic growth, and that these can represent a lot of opportunities for all the participants to exchange best practices, to generate new business ideas. So we want to dedicate this 4th day to all the opportunities regarding energy. And finally, we will end on day 5 around the pillar of culture, sports, and the creative economy. I think this is the day where Barranquilla's truly identity comes alive. Culture and sports normally are viewed like separate from economic development, but here in Barranquilla, they are part of our strategy. The Carnival of Barranquilla reflects the creativity, the entrepreneurial spirit that defines our city, combined with the legacy of sports and internationally recognized talent. These assets have become very powerful to drive tourism, investment, and of course, global visibility. So this day we'll explore how this identity, this creativity, and this culture can become strategic assets for economic development. So as you now see, all this journey is very, very exciting. Uh, we want to showcase Barranquilla's transformation, not only about what the city already has built, but all what the city has become and what is coming next. So this is a place where ambition meets execution, culture meets competitiveness, collaboration creates opportunities, and that's what we want to share with you at ACE Barranquilla this year. So thank you so much for considering being part of this edition, and we look forward to welcoming you to Barranquilla and Colombia. Thank you.
Thank you, Maria Alejandra and Vicky. This is really exciting to get to know more about the program. And as you've seen, the program would last for about a week. The official program will start on September 28th, but our gracious hosts are putting together a special Sunday with some additional activities. So when people arrive, check in, and then we'll have also the chance to get to see the city. The program will have around 50 participants. We usually have about 50 participants from 20 countries in the Americas and beyond. So we are really excited to get to know the new ACE participants. As you see, we will review and visit more than 25 sites and projects, and it's really, really exciting what Barranquilla is putting together for us. I'm going to guide you a little bit more about logistics and the application process. So what's covered by the program, what should be covered by the participants. So first and foremost, applying and participating in ACE, there's no fee for applying to ACE, but there are some expenses that need to be covered by the participants. So we're going to divide these slides in two. The program and the host will provide the following items to the selected participants, and as I mentioned, there's no cost for participating in ACE. So as soon as you arrive to Barranquilla and you're registered, the program includes local transportation by bus between the program sites in the city of Barranquilla. As you saw, you will have VIP access to different sites and experts. All the meals during the official program hours will be covered. Also, Maria Alejandra and her team they have done an amazing job negotiating preparation rates with the ACE Barranquilla selected hotel, which will be shared with the selected participants. And you will have access to advisory support and facilitators from the city. As you saw in each of the slides, you will have access to specific networking opportunities. And from the OES perspective and the ACE committee and the team in Barranquilla, you will have our logistical support and dedicated support from all of us during the program. We'll make sure every one of you is taken care. The selected participants will be responsible to cover the round-trip airfare to and from Barranquilla, Colombia, and booking and also covering the cost of the hotel accommodation for the duration of the program. We will send to the selected participants a link with where you could book your hotel room. And also, please, you may have to make sure that you arrange your airport hotel transportation and then back to the airport. And also meals that are outside the hours of the program are not covered. But as we saw, there are many networking events and spaces. So I think this, regarding meals, are going to be mostly covered. And then any other miscellaneous expenses. As you heard from Cesar and the speakers, ACE, we always talk about the magic of ACE, and I think this is one of the most important parts. It's the delegation. What makes ACE so successful and so and has been going on for more than 12 years. So we do have a high level delegation. So we welcome minister, vice ministers, permanent secretaries. We also we have high level representatives from local government. We receive ambassadors of diplomatic ranks. We also have secretaries of economic development and trade investment officials. Also, the private sector, it's a key element in ACE. So welcome CEOs, executive directors, and high-level representatives from the private sector. We have representatives from the Chamber of Commerce, industries, competitiveness councils, entrepreneurship agencies. Also, another key element of ACE, it's the linkage with the academia. So we welcome chancellors, vice presidents from universities, researchers that are focused on economic development, competitiveness, innovation, you name it. Also, we have a very special place for startups and innovative companies, promising and visionary entrepreneurs, international officials, NGOs, and any delegate that's specialized in economic development leader. And then how we select, because we do have a very competitive process. As we mentioned, we prioritize like the high level participants, but also it's very important not only the professional background and the experience at the areas of interest, but also the potential contributions to the program and the capacity to commit to either doing, signing an LOI, or what are the partnerships you can pursue. ACE is a network of doers, and that's exactly what we are looking for and what we welcome to the program. I know most of us, we don't require a visa to access Colombia, but please make sure that if you need a visa, that to make it to make the requirement, the entire process on time. When you receive your acceptance letter, that letter could also be used to process your visa. So just let us know if you need that, so we can have we can support you in any way. Most of us, and then from the university, we don't need it, but just make sure that you have everything ready for traveling. Also, please check your passports. Do you have the enough expiration date so you can travel and return your country without any problems. And please, I think that's for right to this moment. You have heard a lot of information. Now we can just open the floor for questions, and if you want to put it on the chat, or just please raise your hand. And we had some on the chat, so I'm going to start with those. So there was one saying that on day one, it says there will be a networking opportunity with the Secretary of Education. Can you please confirm if this will be the incoming Minister Vivian Morales?
Can you hear me? Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. So this will be the Secretary of Education of Barranquilla. We have no confirmation from the national government, but for this information, it's just for Barranquilla.
And they also asking, will there be evening receptions?
Yes, we're gonna have some evening receptions, networking opportunities with some partners like the Chamber of Commerce of Barranquilla, AmCham, Fundación Santo Domingo.
We will also include in the chat the application link. So if you will do it in a minute. Let me check. We have another one. Yeah. So they are asking if there will be financial aid available to cover the flight or hotel accommodations. We do have some budget for sponsorships. So please, whenever you're submitting your application, mark it that your institution cannot cover your accommodation if that's the case. So we can see who exactly needs financial support, and then the donors will select. We don't have many slots, and we would love to have more spaces, but just let us know if you need. So we do have some space. And then yes, Tim. Okay, so good to see you, Tim. Our recommendation is arriving on the 27th, so you have time to get your room and then register. Registration will be on the 27th in the afternoon, and then our organizers are putting together some site visits so you can get to see the city, and then we will start officially on Monday morning with the opening ceremony, and then the program finishes Friday 2nd at night. So yes, we do recommend you departing in the 3rd, so you can stay like at the end of the program, enjoy the what our gracious hosts are putting together to experience Barranquilla, as Ale mentioned. And you can also pack and have time to be ready, because if you are new to the program, you will see that the days are long, very intense. So you can have time to pack and get back home. Yeah, Ale.
I just want to compliment the answer that Cartagena is offering also some touristic plans. So maybe someone is interested in flying out from Cartagena. We're like 1.5 hours from this very touristic city. You will have also like opportunity to know Cartagena, to visit, and they're putting up some touristic plans we can offer and share with you.
Yes, Timothy, we will be staying only in one hotel. Yeah, and if for some reason someone decides to stay in a different hotel, we encourage all of us to be in the same one, but all of the activities and the buses, we will depart and then return to the selected hotel. If there's any additional question, let me check. Yes, Daniel, as soon as when we're receiving the applications, when we select all the participants, we will share with the selected participants all the information in what hotel we will be staying, and you will have the link to the booking. It will include the rate and also all the recommendations to which airport you need to arrive, some recommended transport options. Let's say it's if it's a taxi or if it's just like a rideshare. All the information will be shared with the selected participants. I don't know, Cesar, if our team in the OAS. Also, I forgot to introduce, I'm so sorry, my teammates that make everything possible. So Effie and Juanse, Effie, I don't see you. I want to make sure to get like a big recognition and shout out to Effie and Juanse that make all of this happen. So thank you so much. And I'm sorry that I forgot to introduce you at the beginning. Cesar, if there's anything you want to add?
No, I think if there are no more questions, feel free to reach out to the team at the OAS, and we'll be working with our host in Barranquilla to make sure this is a wonderful opportunity to build connections, to create more business and trade, and build this collaboration into very concrete results. So just to thank again the government of the United States as well for their support to the program, and we'll be in touch with all of you, and feel free to share the information with your network, apply, and get more capacity to join us in Barranquilla. And I would invite everyone who's able to turn on their cameras to do that. I don't know, Barbara, do you have any final thoughts?
No, just that we're very excited, looking forward to meeting everybody. And I think there's so many opportunities for collaboration. So can't wait for Barranquilla.
Thank you. Thank you so much. So Juanse, let us know when is a good time to take the picture. We'll maybe count to 3, and good to see all of you. So it's 3, 2, 1, smile, and say Barranquilla. Thank you very much.